Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we break down the complex world of corporate filings. Today we're diving into an 8K report from Earth Science Tech Incorporated. And let's just say there are some pretty interesting shifts happening behind the scenes involving compensation and future plans. Before we dive in, if you like getting clear, no nonsense insights from these reports, make sure you are subscribed. And if you want to chat more about these filings with fellow enthusiasts, join our Discord community. The link is in the description below. Alright, so what we have here is a report filed on the 17th of February 2026, detailing events that happened on the 15th of February 2026. It is a quick turnaround, which often means the company wants to share important news promptly. This filing touches on some key areas, changes in executive and director compensation, and the release of their latest quarterly results. Let's first look at what's going on with the top brass on the 15th of February 2026. Earth Science Tech Incorporated, which well called the company, made some important moves with its top executives and directors. The goal was to support good corporate governance and adjust pay, especially with their big shareholder meeting coming up in 2026. Now, dig this, the company and its top two executives, Giorgio Arsomat, the Chief Executive Officer or CEO, and Mario G. Tabrau, the Chief Operating Officer or COO, decided to cancel their previous employment deals. These were the amended employment agreements from December 2024. Both execs have agreed to give up any bonuses that were based on revenue and any other variable pay for this interim period. Their jobs are still considered at will, meaning they can be let go or resign at any time without cause. And their current pay setup will stay in place until after the company's shareholder meeting in July 2026. This suggests a period of transition and perhaps a move towards more stable, less performance-dependent compensation for the short term. Then, on the same day, the 15th of February 2026, the company and all its board members agreed to an omnibus amendment to their director agreements. This amendment uniformly changes how directors are paid for attending board meetings. Effective right away, the pay for attending a board meeting has been cut down to $2,000 per meeting. This applies to all directors, including the independent ones like Jeff P.H. Cazo and Emiliano Curia, Maryland. All other parts of their old agreements, like keeping things confidential and getting protection from lawsuits, are still in effect. This move seems to be about cost control or perhaps aligning director pay more closely with current company performance or expectations. Moving on, the report also tells us about some important announcements made on the 17th of February 2026. First, the company released its financial results for the third fiscal quarter of 2026. This is typically where we'd find the real meat of their financial performance. Second, they announced their initiatives to move forward with their public company strategy. This could involve a range of things from operational changes to investor relations efforts. These press releases are attached as exhibits to this report, so we can look at them for more detail, but the filing itself is just announcing that they came out. And finally, the report lists the exhibits included. We have the press release detailing the third fiscal quarter results as Exhibit 99.1, and the press release about their public company strategy initiatives as Exhibit 99.2. There is also Exhibit 104, which is the interactive data file for the cover page. Pretty standard stuff for electronic filings. So what does this all mean? On the surface, the company is making some adjustments to how its leaders and directors are compensated. Rescinding previous employment agreements and capping director meeting pay suggests a focus on managing costs and perhaps a desire to simplify compensation structures before anticipated future growth or changes. The fact that the executives are waiving bonuses and working under interim terms until after the July 2026 shareholder meeting might indicate that there are plans either for new compensation structures or a need for financial flexibility in the near future. The release of third quarter results and strategic initiatives is the real story here though. Normally the financial tables would be in this section, but for brevity they are attached as exhibits. These announcements on the 17th of February are key. The Q3 results will tell us how the company is performing financially. Are revenues growing? Are they profitable? We'd need to see those actual numbers. But the timing of this filing and the executive compensation changes alongside it is interesting. It could mean they are trying to get their house in order before potentially presenting strong results. Or perhaps they are managing expectations given the results. The initiatives to advance their public company strategy are also important. This could mean they are preparing for new stock offerings, expanding their investor base, or aiming for higher listing standards. It's a statement of intent for their future direction. Looking at this filing without the specific financial tables that are in the exhibits, it is hard to give a Warren Buffett-style deep dive on numbers. However, the compensation changes themselves are a signal. Reducing director pay for meetings, while not a massive cost saving probably, does send a message of fiscal prudence. The rescission of executive agreements and waiving of bonuses points to a potential re-evaluation of how performance is tied to pay, or perhaps a temporary measure to control expenses during a critical period. The biggest risk and opportunity lie in those yuan. Seeing Q3 results and the actual substance of their public company strategy. If those results are strong, the compensation adjustments might be seen as smart preemptive moves. If the results are weak, then these changes could be interpreted as cost-cutting in anticipation of tougher times, or perhaps a distraction. The prompt release of these announcements suggests the company believes they are significant developments for investors to be aware of. In conclusion, Earth Science Tech Incorporated is in a phase of adjustment. They are refining their leadership compensation and signaling a clear intention to move forward with their public company strategy. The real test will be in the financial performance reported in those exhibit press releases and the execution of their stated strategic initiatives. Keep an eye on what happens after their July shareholder meeting. Alright, that is our quick decode of this Earth Science Tech Incorporated 8K. What is your take on these compensation changes and what they might mean for the company? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate filings decoded. Don't forget to check out the Discord for more discussion, link in the description. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.